It was a Tuesday. After work, I stopped by the grocery store for milk and a frozen pizza. Got home around 7. The sky wasn't fully dark yet, just a few squirrels darting along the backyard fence. The neighbor's dog was barking again, sharp and frantic, like it had caught something wrong in the air. My backyard isn't big. The grass is patchy, the flower bed's half dead. I flipped the outdoor light on as I walked in. It flickers sometimes, but it usually holds through the night. Tossed the pizza in the oven, changed into an old t-shirt, and settled in for dinner in front of the TV. The first weird thing happened around 8:30. A soft tap against the back door, short, deliberate, like a knuckle against glass. I checked nothing. The lock was fine, the windows shut. Maybe a branch in the wind, I told myself. By 9, the neighbor's dog started up again, not its usual yapping. This was a low, steady growl, aimed at something. I turned the TV down and stood by the back door, listening. The wind had died, just silence, except for that dog. I stepped outside, only crickets. The backyard light flickered, but stayed on. I smacked it, the glow steadied. As I turned to go back in, something at the edge of the fence caught my eye. Not an animal, not trash, not windblown. I looked again, nothing, just overgrown grass and damp earth. For a second, my mind went blank, not fear, just that hollow feeling when you forget what you were about to say in a meeting. Back inside, I checked the door again, couldn't finish the pizza. Sat on the couch, staring at the TV without seeing it. Didn't go to bed until 11:30. 2:30 a.m., I woke up for no reason, chest tight. Then I heard it soft, rhythmic, footsteps in the grass, careful, patient. I got up. Didn't open the curtains, just pressed against the wall by the window. The light outside still flickered, no shadows. But the sound didn't stop until, silence, the air turned thick. I held my breath. On the other side of the glass, something else was listening too. I called in sick the next day. Didn't know how to explain it. Just texted not feeling well. At noon, I checked the backyard. No footprints, dry dirt. Even the fallen branches were untouched. I picked up a leaf, smelled normal. That afternoon, the neighbor came by with a pie. Said her dog had gone crazy last night, clawing at the door, tearing up the couch. I nodded. Didn't mention I'd heard it too. Left the pie in the fridge, didn't eat it. That night, I sat by the back door smoking. Don't usually smoke, but the taste kept me sharp. The light kept flickering. I didn't bother fixing it. Next night, I left the light off, didn't open the curtains. Stayed in the living room until 3 a.m., then click. A single tap against the door, like a finger testing the wood. I didn't move, just listened. The sound didn't come again, but the air in the house felt pressed in, tighter. The door didn't open, but something had touched it. Not to push, not to pull, just to check. Now I don't sleep past midnight. Every evening, I turn on all the lights, push furniture against the walls. Curtains stay shut. Extra locks on the doors. Friends have come by twice. I didn't let them in. Just said I was fixing things. They think I've gotten weird. I don't argue. Last Saturday, the sound in the backyard changed. Not footsteps this time. Breathing, low, steady, like someone sitting against the door, exhaling slow and uneasy. It kept that rhythm all night, barely audible, but there. I sat by the door in a chair until sunrise. When the sound stopped, the doorknob was dusty. Fine powder, like something had brushed against it. My hands shook wiping it off. I don't use the back door anymore. Don't go outside. Trash goes out front. The grass grows wild. Every evening, the neighbor's dog starts up again, barking at my house like it's trying to warn me. I don't know what it wants. It doesn't come in, doesn't make noise, doesn't hurt anyone. It's just there, waiting, every night, like clockwork. Sometimes you tell yourself it's the wind, a bug, a bird moving wrong. But it's not. I know it's not natural. It's aware, and it chose this place. Now I just sit, watch the door, wait for the sound to come back. The office building's AC was always too strong. No matter the season, I had to keep a thick sweater at my desk just to survive. My workspace was on the 5th floor, where the entire client service department sat in a maze of 9 rows of grey cubicles, punctuated by square pillars. My seat was near the break room and the storage closet, next to Janice, a woman who loved telling stories about her cat, her laughter replaying all morning like a broken record. It started 3 Wednesdays ago. I stayed late that night to manually update client records during a system upgrade. Most people had already left, except for a few from logistics installing new equipment. I ate a microwave cheese sandwich and made a cup of terrible coffee. The machine always left a plastic aftertaste, so I never dared a second cup. Around 9 p.m., I went to the break room to wash my mug. On the way back, I passed the storage closet and heard something inside like a box hitting the floor. That room was usually locked, with the key kept at reception. I paused, listening. Silence. Maybe someone forgot to lock it. I tried the handle. The door opened. No lights inside. I hit the switch, and the fluorescent bulb flickered twice before steadying. A few cleaning robots sat against the wall. Shelves held toilet paper, printer toner, and unopened document boxes. Dust coated the floor. One box had been knocked over, papers scattered. No sign of who did it. I crouched to clean up. As I bent down, the lights flickered again. And I heard it, a low, stifled laugh, not loud. Just a choked back sound, like someone suppressing it in their throat. I turned. Nothing. The door was half open, the hallway lights still on. I didn't dwell on it. Just stacked the papers, turned off the light, and locked up. Left the office at 10 p.m. The parking lot was nearly empty, the wind biting my ears. The next morning, something was off the second I walked in. My computer was on, the login screen glowing. I knew I'd logged out and shut it down. Janice noticed too. You left your PC on. Weird. The screen could burn out. I insisted I'd turned it off. She shrugged and went back to her cat's latest couch-destroying adventure. At noon, my manager Simon called me into a small meeting room. His tone was casual, but his words turned my blood cold. After you clocked out last night, the system shows your keycard was used to re-enter the office at 3 a.m. I froze. Impossible. I'd swiped out when I left, and my card never left my pocket. Simon pulled up the security footage, grainy, but unmistakable. Someone had entered through the front door. The log matched my name. Can't tell if it's you, but the system doesn't lie, he said, chuckling. Probably a glitch. IT will check. Don't worry. But I had to worry. That night, I made sure to snap a screenshot of my clock out. At home, I laid out my wallet, keys, phone, everything accounted for. The third morning, the storage closet was open again. This time, it wasn't just papers. The security alarm panel had been pried open. Footprints on the floor. The office buzzed all morning. Security was called. Simon's tone in the meeting was no longer light. This is a serious breach, he said. If someone's sabotaging equipment, we will find them. I spent the morning shivering. Not from the AC, this cold came from under my skin. At lunch, I microwaved my meal. The machine wouldn't start. I crouched to unplug it, and in the glass door's reflection, a shadow loomed behind me. I spun around. Nothing. It kept happening. Computers rebooting on their own. The storage closet unlocked at night. Once, I came in to find a note in my coffee cup. Not everyone gets to leave. The handwriting was childlike, uneven. I showed Simon. He frowned. Are you messing with me? I swore I wasn't. Security footage showed nothing, but my card had been swiped again at 4 a.m. His patience was thinning. He sent me to IT to file a report. I went, but I knew it was useless. No footage, just data. No one believes this stuff. On the 6th night, I stayed. I set my phone to record, pretended to leave, then hid in the break room cabinet cramped, legs cramping, but with a view of the hallway. At 12:13 a.m., the door beeped. The sound of a keycard swipe, footsteps followed. Dress shoes, slow, deliberate. Then keyboard taps. My desk was out of sight, but the sound carried. I covered my mouth, silent. A soft laugh drifted through the office. Just like that first night in the closet. I wanted to run, but my legs were numb. After the laugh, paper rustling. Files being flipped through. Then, my voice. A recording. My morning call script. Hello. This is client services. Mark speaking. How can I help you? Word for word, but it wasn't playing from a phone. It came from the center of the office, like something was imitating me. It repeated 3 times, each iteration closer. I don't remember how I got out. Just fumbling with my keys in the parking lot. Hands shaking too hard to unlock the car. I remember that summer when I was 11. Behind our old barn was a patch of woods my mom never let me go into. She said there were snakes, and once, someone got trampled by a deer there, head smashed like pumpkin guts. She'd say I wasn't scared of snakes or deer, just scared of my mom seeing mud on my shoes. That Saturday, after breakfast, Danny, Caleb, and I waited for Josh at the street corner. He wore an orange hoodie, his pants always too short. The 4 of us were around the same age, though Josh was the youngest, just 6.5, always begging to tag along. We made him wear a bike helmet not because we worried he'd fall, but because his mom would freak out otherwise. Today, we're going there, I said, pointing to the thick woods. Caleb shook his head. We can't. That's private land. Nobody lives there. I shot back. Didn't your dad say the house was empty? We cut through the back alleys, avoiding the neighbor's yappy dog and kitchen windows. Pushing through the weeds, Danny yanked Josh's arm and hissed, "Stop wandering. I'm not looking for you if you get lost." The barn stood ahead, older than I remembered, walls warped, roof sagging with moss, like it might collapse any second. The plants around it had grown taller than us, except for one narrow path, freshly trampled. I shoved the door. It didn't budge. Then Caleb whispered, "Someone's up there." We looked up. On the second floor railing, a face stared down, pale to pale. No expression. Eyes too big, lips like to grey lines. Hands resting on the rail, watching us. We froze. Josh grabbed my shirt, hiding behind me. "You see that?" Danny asked. I nodded. "A mask, maybe. Someone messing with us." Caleb didn't answer. His face had gone stiff. We decided to circle around back. I led the way, heart pounding but refusing to back down. Behind the barn, a broken window gaped. Glass long gone, just rusted nails left. Danny held the frame as I climbed in, leaves crunching underfoot. Inside was empty bottle caps, splintered wood, a few dead mice. The air reeked of mildew, hay, and something faintly rotten. I helped the others in. Josh landed with a thud. Upstairs, a wooden staircase groaned like it was crying. Caleb stayed below with Josh, while Danny and I crept up. Sunlight poured through a broken skylight, dust swirling. But the second floor was empty, no face, no person, just a broken chair and an old mattress. "Where'd it go?" Danny whispered. I stepped to the railing. From here, I could see where we'd stood outside. The grass was still trampled. "Maybe we imagined it," I muttered. "No." Caleb's voice carried up from below. "It's behind us now." We whirled around. There, at the top of the stairs, was the face. Not a mask. I don't know how to describe it. Like papier match, but skin-colored, no nose. Eyes that looked like they'd never blinked. No neck, just stuck there in the shadows, motionless. "Run," I screamed. Danny yanked me, and we bolted down the stairs. The face didn't move, but I swear it smiled. We tumbled out the window. Josh slipped, scraping his knee, and Caleb carried him as we ran. Didn't stop for 10 minutes. Later, Danny said it was probably just a homeless guy. Caleb didn't answer. Just whispered. It wasn't breathing. And it didn't have eyelids. None of us ever went back.